Hello and welcome to the Traders Indicators series. Today we're going to discuss day trading with the acceleration bands. Our last article explained the acceleration bands, and now we're going to take a look at day trading. We're also going to show an example with swing trading. So let's just review. What are acceleration bands? Acceleration bands are designed to catch strongly trending markets just as the trend is about to take off. Yes, there are false breakouts, but the key is to manage the positions within risk limits and maximize the size of the winners and minimize the size of the losers. Designed as a trading envelope, they can be used across multiple time frames from tick charts to monthly charts. They can also be used to trade any market, although they were initially designed for trading stocks. This indicator follows the acceleration of a trending market and ensures that the trader is along an impulsive trend by following a few simple rules as follows. The buy signal is with two consecutive closes above the upper acceleration band. And I've noted here three exit signals. The first is the candle closes back into the acceleration band. The second is the first candle closed below the middle line, and the third is the second candle closed below the middle line. The opposite is true for the sell signal. The sell signal is taken with two consecutive closes below the acceleration band. And then we have three exit signals. One would be a candle closed back into the acceleration band, which is the original strategy. And the second would be the first candle close above the middle line, and the second would be the second candle close above the middle line. Let's look at the dollar Canada. The 14-day ATR and the 100-day ATR are both roughly 60 pips. So that's roughly the move we're looking for in a day. The start time is 7 a.m. New York time. Make sure when you start trading to look at the news releases first. Follow the market on the 5-minute chart with the acceleration bands and take a trade when the opportunity arises. So here we are at 7 a.m. on September 10th, New York time, and we're going to just play it forward and see what happens and figure out the trades that we need to take with this acceleration band. And after we take the trades and exit the trades, we will see the results on the next slide. So I'm just moving it forward, moving it forward. We're within the acceleration band, so there's nothing to do. Oh, now remember, we are interested in taking the trade on the second closing candle. So it looks like this is our first trade. We're taking it right here. And let's see, at the close, 131.69. Let's see what happens next. Okay, so the first exit strategy is to exit on this blue candle close because it closed within the acceleration band. Now let's see what the second and the third exit strategy would where it would take us. We would have to watch the middle line. So let's watch the middle line now. The second close would be above that middle line, and the third close would be on the second candle close above the middle line. We will look at the results momentarily, but let's just keep going now. So we're inside the acceleration band, nothing to do. Our first close out of the acceleration band, we need a second one. We got the second one, we take the trade. We haven't closed back into the acceleration band yet, so we do nothing, according to the rules. All right, it looks like we closed within the acceleration band right on this candle here, so we would have taken the profits there. Let's keep going. Let's keep going for the second exit strategy, which is right here. The candle closes above the middle line, so we would be out there. Let's keep going to see if there are any other trades. We're still trading within the day. It's already after 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, so I think we're going to stop trading right now on this dollar Canada. Well, why don't we look at the P&L first before we talk about some observations. The first sell signal took place at 131.69, and exit signal 1 made 2 pips. That's it. At 131.67 was the close. Exit signal 2 lost 1 pip. It was the first close above the middle line. And exit signal 3 lost 6 pips at the second close above the middle line. The second trade sell signal was at 131.53. Exit signal 1 was at 131.45, so 8 pips profit. That's the first close inside the acceleration band. The second exit signal is at 131.49, which is the first close above the middle line, so that's for a profit of 4 pips. And the exit signal 3 is at 131.42, the second close above the middle line, which is 11 pips profit. Using the 5-minute chart, the second sell signal was more profitable than the first sell signal. This would be your day trading profits just on the dollar Canada. Let's move to the Aussie dollar and then we'll make some observations. This is the Aussie dollar, the 1-hour chart. We're starting on September 3rd at 7 a.m. and we're just going to click and see what happens. So that's our first close outside of the acceleration band. Here's our second close. So this is where we would take the trade. So let's just figure out where we would take this trade. We would take it at 67.55. Okay, so trade is taken at 67.55. Let's keep going. We're looking for our exit. So the first exit would be a close below the acceleration band. And it looks like we would be out if we did take that close. It looks like we would be out at 67.55, so roughly at the same price. If we waited until price went to the middle band, let's keep going and see where that would take us. So far, price is really trekking along quite well in the upper acceleration band range between the middle line and the upper acceleration band. We haven't crossed the middle line yet. And this is because we're in an extreme uptrend. I say extreme because we're not always in an uptrend or a downtrend. Sometimes we're in sideways markets like you see to the left. And then it's acceleration band chop. Let's keep going. We still haven't broken through the middle line. Here's the first close, so that if we took our profits on the first close, that closing price is 68.15. And the entry was at 67.55, so that's a profit of 60 pips. Let's keep going to see the second candle close. Yeah, so this is the second, and the closing rate is 68.14, which is 1 pip less than the previous close at 68.15. So this strategy, using the hourly strategy with a strong uptrend, produced significant profits. Now I'm just going to move this chart over so we can see this sideways market to the left of the uptrend, and we see the price action that it typically bounces between the acceleration bands, the lower and the upper acceleration bands. One way to use the acceleration bands is to look at the bigger time frame. So if we're trading on the hourly chart, then look at the daily chart to see what the trend is. And if we are about to start a trend, that's where you can look at the smaller time frames, the hourly and below, to either swing trade or day trade. If we are in a choppy market on the daily and it looks like we are in a sideways consolidation market, well, then I would argue that you could literally trade these acceleration bands from top to bottom and make some nice profits. So you can use acceleration bands in sideways markets as well as trending markets. You might get chopped up during sideways markets if you think there's a trend. That concludes our discussion on the acceleration bands for today. I'd like to point out that we endorse MotiveWave. For a 2-week trial, please go to bit.ly/E charts. If you need some help with it, please contact us at support@fxtradersedge.com. FX Traders Edge and the Elliott Wave Desk endorses our Elliott Wave based trading strategy called the Wavy Tunnel Pro. An Elliott Wave trading system for all markets, includes scanner. To learn more, please go to wavytunnelpro.com. Thank you and have a great trading week.